Welcome to this week's Teacher Devotion. Today I want to talk to you about one of the most difficult experiences I had in my entire teaching career. But 2 Corinthians 12, 9 through 10 says, "But he said to me, My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. Therefore I will boast all the more gladly about my weaknesses, so that Christ's power may rest on me. That is why, for Christ's sake, I delight in weaknesses, in insults, in hardships, in persecutions, in difficulties. For when I am weak, then I am strong." Tough times come to all of us. After you've prayed and planned and determined your course of action for the year, circumstances change, and obstacles appear, and tragedy strikes. The unexpected happens and your plans become obsolete. How do you gracefully adjust your direction in midstream when your situation changes and your dreams are shattered? It happens, and when it does, we must be prepared. The school year was going well as far as I knew, with only a few bumps here and there. It looked like a successful year. Christmas break came and everything changed. Among my co-workers and church friends, there were 2 suicide attempts and a nervous breakdown. In addition, I lost 3 staff members midterm. It seemed everything was crumbling around me. I could feel panic enveloping me. As I cried out to God for help, I instantly knew that He offered me a choice. Will you choose panic, or will you choose my grace? You can hide under my wing and be protected by the shadow of the Almighty, or you can react out of panic. I chose grace. This began a full semester of holding on to the horns of the altar, waiting on God. I spent many hours waiting in prayer, seeking God's strength and direction. As I prayed with our school staff each morning, I encouraged them to choose grace. We held on tight to God's hand every day. The boat rocked wildly for several months, but we made it with God's grace. There were times it looked like the storm would sink the ship, but with God's grace we made it. All the people in distress were renewed, and God made things beautiful at the end. God is truly our shelter in the times of storms. He proved to be the rock where I could hide. He is the glory and the lifter of my head. He is my all in all. Gratitude and praise fill my heart even now as I recall His faithfulness. He will be faithful to you too when the storms come, if you will choose grace rather than panic. Our prayer this week is, Dear God, thank you for your grace. I thank you for preserving us through this unusual attack. It is true, even the darkness is not dark to you. It shines as a day when you are with us. I will always be grateful and changed because of this experience. Thank you for joining me today. I trust the devotion was meaningful to you. Have a blessed week.